Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Alex's After an Art Show. Today we are continuing the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 mural as we draw Iron Man, which is probably going to be another time-consuming one. Yeah, this one I anticipate being quite long, but we are reaching the end, so the last few Marvel characters are all going to be pretty long, I think, apart from the last one. But I think all of the last couple of these characters are going to take quite a long time, in stark contrast to the last few Capcom characters, who I really don't think are going to take very long at all. So yeah, we may as well get into this because in all likelihood this might be about as long as the Spiral one, if not slightly shorter, but I'm not going to exactly start counting whatever that saying is. Okay, so as you can see, we are very much nearing the end, as I said. So yeah, in the interest of time, I'm just going to turn off the characters I don't need. Just do that right away. Now, Iron Man, as you can see, is in just a kind of a normal standing pose, which I thought to myself, in the art for the game, he's kind of just standing there, and I thought to myself, oh, maybe he should be flying, and then I thought to myself, we really don't have a huge amount of space. Yeah, we don't have a huge amount of space left. So I need to grab my black, and then I will shimmy our camera over to Iron Man. But yeah, like I thought to myself, oh, maybe the pose should be something more complicated. Like, I mean, it's a fairly basic pose. I'll start turning off these other characters because you can't really get a clear view of him here yet. Yeah, so I'll just start turning off these other characters just to make him more visible. But yeah, as you can see, there's going to be a lot of kind of line shading. A lot of the sheen on his armor is going to be very visible, so this is what I mean whenever I say this is probably going to be a time-consuming one. But yeah, I don't know. This really could go either way. I do like this design though. I've always liked Iron Man's 90s design because it's simple but cool. Crucially, unlike most 90s designs, it's actually kind of cool. But yeah, I think yeah, it very well could take a while. I mean, this pose that he's doing is supposed to kind of be a reference to the pose that he has in the core art, of where he's just kind of like got his fist like that, and that's really all there is to it. But yeah, I don't really want to spend all day on this, but it's most likely going to be a time-consuming one. Yeah, I mean, like, realistically, once we get to colors and stuff like that, it won't take very long. I mean, his eyes are red for some reason. Even though, yeah, War Machine's eyes are black. Iron Man's eyes are red. So, yeah, I suppose we shall see. Because it realistically could go either way. But, yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of this design, all in all. I'm a fan of this design. I enjoy that it's still kind of simple. It's got a lot going on, but I think it's still cool, which is a very fine line of there being a lot going on while still maintaining a certain amount of simplicity. Color-wise, it's still simple, but there's a lot kind of visually going on. There's a lot of these little lines and separations and stuff like that going on in it. But it's very drawable, unlike any movie designs that you might see. They're all pretty difficult in that respect because there's just a little too much going on. But yeah, this is what I mean whenever I kind of say I prefer this design. It's simpler. Anyways, I think I will get started because at this point it probably would behoove me to just get started, and then we can kind of ascertain how long this will take. But yeah, anyways. Okay, so that is our details done. 2 hours into the video. I'm doing some cable management over here, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, we're done with details now, which means that we can finally continue on another thing. Because yeah, geez, this is a time-consuming process. I will say this in the future. I don't know that I'm going to continue doing the what do you call it? The line shading for metallic stuff. Once I'm done with this mural, of course, because if I stop at some point, during this, it's going to seem a little odd. A little odd that it's not quite consistent. This is the right black, isn't it? Yeah. For a second there, I had that thought that I'd maybe just kept using the original one. But yeah. I mean, this is the thing. The line shading is useful for a few things. It's useful primarily for extra definition. Because you can see here, even though there's no line delineating his pecs, you can still kind of see the delineation because of said line shading. And it's the same thing here. You can see that his abs are a lot more defined than they actually look because of the heavy line shading. But yeah, this is the thing. It's useful. And again, it helps here. It helps separate things, separate out muscle, all this stuff. Separate out muscle in a metallic, on a metallic sheen, which is very difficult ordinarily. It's very difficult to tell how metallic something is whenever you're dealing with very heavy muscle, because realistically speaking, you should not be able to see any muscle if it's metallic. Because if it's that tight and metallic, it's going to be excruciatingly painful to wear. Because this is the thing, if he like unflexes at any point, he's just going to be in tremendous pain because of how hard the metal is pressed against his skin. But yeah. Anyways, I think it is time to start doing our dots. I don't want to dawdle too much because, again, like I said, we're already 2 hours into the video. And we've still got a lot to get through. I mean, that said, the rest of this really shouldn't take too long. I mean, it usually doesn't. Like, I mean, this is the thing. Once we got past the details with Spiral, the rest of it was significantly quicker. But yeah, that said, I am going to get back into this here. And then I'll be back once I'm finished the dots. Now, that is our dots done. And yeah, it looks a lot darker than a lot of the other dots we've done, but the reason for that is because of obviously how heavy the line shading is, so it's gonna look like that. Not much I can really do about it, but yeah, now it's time to move on to the colors. Mercifully, there is only two? Only two colors, I think. I suppose we'll find out. Yeah, you know, I generally prefer whenever Iron Man has more red than gold, and in this instance he has significantly more gold than red. So we're going to start with the gold, I think, this time. Because, yeah, a lot of the lines, little tiny lines are gold. But, yes, I have to put on the background, so brace yourself, it's about to get very blue. There. Now, there's a dog barking, so I'm going to be trying and be conscious of that. And I'm just going to... I think I'm just going to go straight into it and do the gold. And then I'll be back whenever I have all the colors done. 2 of them, seemingly. There might be another one. I don't know. I'll find out as I'm going, I guess. Okay, so that is our colors done, meaning that we're on to the shading now. But yeah, I had to fiddle with that gold a little bit. It wasn't quite sitting the way I wanted it to. Even red is a little orange, but that's kind of how this Iron Man looks, to be honest. It's also partly the color palette of the game. But yeah, I mean, we'll see, I suppose, how it looks after shading. I think after shading it'll probably look a little bit juicier. Because as it stands, it is quite orange. I might change it in a while if I'm still not quite happy with it, but we'll grab our shading colors here. As you might have noticed, I did have to remove the dressing gown. It's just gotten a bit too hot in here now. We're getting to that point now in the year of where in the the evening it starts getting very warm. It starts getting very, very warm. Not too bad in the morning, but in the evening, whenever the time that we're getting to now, because I usually start recording these in the afternoon and then they stretch on into pretty late. So yeah, anyways, because we're nearly 3 hours into this recording here and probably going to be 3 hours 10 minutes, I'd say roughly 3 hours 10 minutes for to make an estimate. But yes, I will do this shading, and then I'll be back for the light line, and then that'll be us. Okay, that is our shading done. So there's still the light line to do. My brain was truly fighting me there when I was trying to get that single word out. But yeah, so we got the light line to do, and that is it. I do think the red looks a little bit better now that the shading's on there. Yeah, I think that's a little better. We're into that part of the year now where the hay fever kicks in. But yeah, we just got to do the light line and that'll be us. But since Iron Man is a shiny character, the light line is going to take a couple of minutes at least. It's not just going to be 10 minutes, which means, well, surprisingly, we might actually be under my estimate. We're still under 3 hours. So I think we'll probably hit about 3 hours by the time this is done. But yeah, I'll do this light line and that'll be us, I think. Okay, and that is Iron Man done. So, we're still under 3 hours, so it is technically shorter than what I expected. Although, I did expect this to be very long, so that said, being under my expectations in terms of length is not great. It's quite a broad thing to be under the estimation for this one. But yeah, that is Iron Man done. I am going to turn off the background now, so brace yourself. Bam. Right. The yellow is pretty aggressive against this background, but I think it'll be fine. Alright, let's zoom back out. Yeah, we're really getting there. There's only a couple more characters, so I'm going to start turning everything back on now. Which means things are going to probably start slowing down quite a bit. But yeah, who have we got next time? Next time, I believe it is time for Servbot next time, which will definitely be a quick one. If there's anything that I know for certain, it's that one is not going to take very long. Yeah, so yeah, we've only got 3 more characters on each side. We got 6 more characters, which means this is character number 50. Yeah. Servbot is next, I believe. And then after that, yes. Yes. Right. Oh, I should highlight Servbot, actually, otherwise I might forget that he's next. Alright. So yeah, next time is Servbot. That'll be a quick one. Probably won't even be an hour long in terms of recording time. But yeah, with that said, that is Iron Man done. And I'm going to probably stall for a minute here while it takes the rest of the night to save this. But yeah, that was Iron Man. That was a tough one, but I don't think it was too bad. My hand is a little sore, but I mean, you can see even from here that the colors contrast nicely with War Machine, which is good. Because his black is very kind of bluish, and then Iron Man's red is obviously quite contrasting to that, and then the gold contrasts to silver. So it's yeah, a nice good contrast there in terms of that, and you have Spiral to kind of break them up a little bit. But yeah, I mean, you should. I mean, at this point, if you've seen any of these other videos, you should probably be able to predict who the last couple of characters are, because by this point you've probably seen the names scroll along the side of the screen there above me. So yeah, you've probably seen, even though the quality might be a little low to be able to make them out. But yeah, you should probably have been able to see them by this point. So yeah, yeah, we've only got a handful of characters. That's 6 more characters. That's 50 down of 56. And then we're gonna have to do a 57th episode to clean things up, to clean up our stuff, kind of finish out a background. I'll say this, I don't think I'm going to be doing a terribly detailed background, because after 56 episodes of this, 56 weeks plus the ones that I missed, I think I'll probably want to be done with this at that point. So yeah, I think I'll just wrap things up here now. Because yeah, next time is Servbot, that'll be a quick one. I'm probably going to record that and another one on the same day. So yeah, next week you'll have a very quick, short video to look for, I guess. But yeah, I don't know if these will be done before the end of this season of Unlicensed, but I suppose we'll see. I don't actually think they will. I think these will carry on a little bit after. I think there'll be a couple of, maybe 1 or 2 of these after I'm done with Unlicensed. But excuse me. Anyways, that is us. So if you like the video, do whatever it is that you'd normally do, whether that be liking it or not. I don't really mind all that much, but I would of course prefer if you liked it. And it's the same deal if you want to subscribe. The button is there, you know where it is. You've seen a YouTube video for it, presumably. So if you want to subscribe, you know where it is, and you can do that at your leisure. But if you, for whatever reason, choose not to, that is fine. I don't mind. If you've watched to this point, you've gotten through more than most, so that's enough. That's enough for me. If you're not subscribed, oh well, I can live with that. Yeah, and if you decide to watch the next video, I will see you next time. So, with all that said, I'll say goodbye, and that'll be us. So, I said that weirdly. So, anyways, bye-bye.